What's up everyone, welcome back to Lord of the Coins, where I objectively give you my analysis based on price action. So in this video, we'll be going over an analysis and update from my last video on Quant. And I'll talk to you guys about the main key levels that Quant has to overcome to be either bearish or bullish, and exactly which direction it is headed at this very moment. And before we get started, I just want to say I hope you guys all had a great Christmas, and New Year's is coming, so definitely be safe and have a good New Year's as well. So here for Quant, I'm gonna actually turn on our drawings. The last thing we talked about was how Quant was forming this head and shoulders pattern, just like this, where this is the left shoulder, that's the head, and this is the right shoulder. This was kind of our last idea, and then we were talking about how we were gonna get an entry into this short here as we complete our right shoulder. So we're gonna actually go down to a lower time frame now. We'll talk about exactly what we talked about last time. So unfortunately, I think we were trading on the 2 hour last time. Yep. So unfortunately, we actually did miss our entry by just a few dollars here. We did not quite enter the zone of demand that we were thinking of. Yeah, we got rejected right off of this blue line, which is the monthly VWAP. So at this moment, what is going on with price action right now is that we're actually holding the deviation. We're still in the value area of our monthly VWAP. There's a possibility that we can actually push up here and retap into this demand, as we never got a sweep on a higher time frame. So on like a 3 hour, we never really got a sweeping candle. But on the 1 hour, we actually do have reversal on the 1 hour. If you guys were able to trade this, my strategy, this is how you would have done it. This is your sweep. Let me actually change this to white. So this would have been your sweep. And I denote this by X on my charts, where you're just sweeping out all the liquidity that exists from people going short a little bit too early. So people who thought this was a peak would have went short and then place their stop loss right above, like right here. And then market makers will sweep you out with this candle like this. If you also marked out your previous weekly open, there's always a lot of liquidity buildup on your previous week, on your weekly opens and your previous weekly opens. So a lot of the times, I like to mark these out as there are, targets for price action to wick up to or wick down to sweep out a lot of liquidity. So once you have this sweep, the next thing you want to look for is a change of character. So if this gets broken, this low before the sweep, that is known as your change of character. Once that gets broken, you generate a zone of supply. In this case, since we were bearish, I'll make this red since we were bearish. And as soon as it got broken right here, so I'm gonna mark this with a exclamation. See this white candle right next to it that broke it? As soon as it broke it, what we're looking for is a retap into demand. And our retap into, or supply in this case, retap into supply is right here. This would be your entry into a short trade. So if you're more of like a day trader or like a very short-term swing trader, you can like do this on the 1 hour, on the 15 or the 10, just on a lower time frame, and your trade would have looked something like this, and you probably target your previous week, like maybe one of these order blocks. Let me right here, you can target all the way down to the previous week value area low and just take profits along the way. But this would have been a valid trade too if you're looking for a short trade on a lower time frame. I was kind of looking for something on a longer term hold for a short trade. So that is why I kind of wanted to come up here and just kind of hold a short all the way down to one of these key levels down here that we mentioned in our last video, around $87, $86 on Quant, and this is on the Binance chart. So since this is the case, we do have bearish order flow on the 1 hour. If we do go to the 2 hour, we are still in bullish order flow. So on a higher time frame, we are still on our way up, but on a lower time frame, we saw this reversal. So I'm assuming that we will actually see some sort of price action that looks like this, and then maybe find support on the previous week value area high, as it looks like there's a good amount of volume right here. If you see this volume node, so let me actually, so there's a good amount of volume like in this area. So there's a chance that we can get caught between this previous week value area high and previous week value area low, and then possibly see some movement back up. This would all, if you like to trade patterns, this could also be your cup and handle, and we can definitely see some bullishness here. And usually the way I like to trade my cup and handles is with moving averages. So I'll actually turn on the 50 and the 200 here. So yeah, we actually do have a golden cross on the 1 hour here. On the 2 hour, we don't quite have the golden cross, so maybe if we do see price action, you know, the 50 move like this, kind of like a upward direction, and the 200 just kind of comes straight across, and the price action kind of finds support on this, maybe gets a quick deviation, this could be a pretty good long entry into Quant as well. The other thing is that we are in the discount zone of our range here on Quant. If I zoom out here, this is our top of the range, this is our bottom of the range, and this blue dash line is our mid range. So when we are in the lower portion, this is a relatively good time to take long trades. So definitely looking at this as a cup and handle could be a valid idea, and that's something I'll definitely update you guys on probably by next week as I do weekly videos on Quant. And if you guys want more daily updates on Quant, definitely check out my private trading community in the description down below, as I give updates on all these altcoins and Bitcoin on the daily. So yeah, if that's something you're interested in, definitely check that out. So Quant here, let's go back to the 1 hour here. So yeah, on the 1 hour, we have bearish order flow as we have this retap into supply. So pretty much what I'm looking for now is kind of the same thing, but in the opposite. So I want to see our reverse sweep, and I want to see our change of character like this, find our retap into demand, and see some movement up. And ideally, I think at the moment we have our 200 moving average right here on the 1 hour, kind of coming down, and then we do have, you know, some volume nodes right here, and our previous week value area high to find some sort of support on. So definitely this is an area that you can maybe take some profits if you are in a short trade, or if you are looking for a long trade, this could be an area of interest, as this is also actually, I didn't mark this out, but this is the previous week VWAP. If you see this green line right here and this cloud, that is the VWAP for the previous week. That is also a really good area of resistance, and that is also on the volume node as well. So actually somewhere in this area is actually where I would look. We can also take the fib from this swing low to this swing high, and yeah, it would be a pretty deep retrace. We'd be going past the golden pocket. So yeah, this would be my, if you are a day trader, which I do a lot of day trading, this would be my area of interest that I'd be looking at for Quant. So I'm actually going to set a couple alerts here. So I'm going to add one and probably 2 alerts like this, and then this will be on my radar, and I'll definitely post something immediately to my Discord, and probably by next week, or if the trade is like honestly coming, you know, pretty perfectly, I'll try to make another quick YouTube video on it, maybe just like a quick 2-3 minute YouTube video for you guys. But yeah, I'll try my best to do that. But yeah, this is kind of my idea on Quant for the short term, is that, you know, we actually did miss our entry into this, but if you're able to understand order flow, you could be in a short trade right here, or if you just traded off the VWAP, you know, that was also a valid trade, you know, something like this. So yeah, so now we're in bearish order flow, and I'll be looking for, you know, our reversal into bullish order flow. I think this cup and handle is pretty interesting. Yeah, if not, and price seems to dump, then anything kind of in this value area, low area, as there's a lot of liquidity left down here. So maybe even this order block down here for Quant would be a pretty good area of interest for me for another long trade. This would be sweeping out a lot of liquidity. We have liquidity right here and right here, a lot of relatively equal lows. So definitely this is possible if price decides to dump. But, you know, we're just gonna have to watch Bitcoin and the equity markets to see how they react. So yeah, nothing macro wise has changed from my view on Quant. I think we are still bearish at the moment. You know, we are forming this giant bear flag, and yeah, this is kind of forming a cup and handle, but this could just be a cup and handle up, you know, somewhere around here for a better short trade into a kind of a longer term short trade, and completing this macro head and shoulders pattern that we are seeing at the moment on Quant. Like this. So, and maybe some price down here, it would be a target for Quant. But yeah, that is just kind of my view on Quant. Macro, I'm still bearish. Just to recap, and on the kind of a lower time frame outlook, there's possibly some bullishness. You know, some areas of pretty good support here. So yeah, I would be definitely watching out for that if you are a day trader. And if you're just a swing trader and you're already in a short on Quant, I would definitely probably hold it, as I do see more bearishness for Quant here. So yeah, if you guys liked my analysis, please make sure to leave me a like and subscribe, and drop a comment down below if you want this on any other cryptocurrencies. I do appreciate you guys watching my videos a lot, and thank you guys very much, and I'll see you guys next time.